Morning. Just having my coffee and chilling out with the dogs. I was thinking last night I might try to make it's like a mortar and tongue cut. It's way of joining wood without actually having to include nails and bolts. Although I do eventually, but it's just a more natural way of doing it. But I've never done one of those before. I want to make my snake's new enclosure, so I thought might as well start practicing those joins rather than waiting until she is in it and then work out they don't work. So yeah, I was gonna have my coffee and then attempt these mortar and tongue joins. It'll be an interesting one. Never really done any wood with work with wood before, so while I have once, I built a chook pen and you just looked at it and it fell over. So yeah, I'm not the craftiest, so I'm interested to see if I can make this mortar and tongue work. So yeah, stick around and we'll get into that today. Okay, I'm gonna see how to do this. I sort of imagined how it'd work in my head, but I don't know how people actually do this properly. I need a textile. Okie dokie, got the textile. So my plan is to have this piece go into this piece here to make like a nice little right angle. So what I'm going to do is I want to cut a little hole into this bit so this piece can slide into it. Yeah, that probably doesn't make any sense. So first what I'm going to do is I need to measure how big I want to make the hole. I want it to be pretty even all around. So in my head, I had imagined measuring this and then halving it. Then that half will be the length, like the size that I want the tongue part of the mortar and tongue to be. So my plan is to so that's where it wants to sit, but I need it to sit in the middle. So I was going to halve that again, and that should be the distance in that I cut all around the edges of this. I think. I don't know. This is kind of why I am winging it. So this one's going to be the tongue part of it. So I need half, which is 40, the length, which is 40, so half of that's 20, and then half again is 10. So I'm going to do 10 all the way around. I think we'll give that a go. I wonder how deep I should do it. The whole deepness, so then I can just drill a hole straight through. And that one's 36 centimeters. So and then I'm going to go 10 in. And 10, 36, bought this. Super cute. It's going to be for camping mostly, but it's a flick out saw, which I really liked. It's really bright coloured, so if my blind ass drops it in the bush or whatever, I can find it again. So it's cute. I didn't cut it very straight. It's a bit crooked. There we go. My first cut. It's a bit crooked. I don't know how that's gonna turn out. I'm gonna just make it a bit higher. Woo! First cut! Yay! I'm gonna do that to the other 3 sides. There we go. 1 tongue. I'm actually pretty surprised. So now I need to make the mortar section. So I think I measured the long side of this. I measured the short side. So it's going to be entering through this side and then going through. So I'm going to be drilling this. So in my head I've got pictured, this has got 10 centimeters all the way around, which means so this wasn't square. I don't know now. What I might do is measure in 10 centimeters on this side and then measure 10 centimeters on this side. Then measure 10 centimeters on this side. Then it should sit in there okay, which is quite nice. And then I'm going to measure the depth of this one, just so that is 19 millimeters. So I'm going to go through here, find, that doesn't sound right. Yeah. Just there we go. So now I've drawn a little square, and then now I'm going to get my drill and then drill out all of that. Okie dokie. So I've got my drill. I'm just going to put this on here only because I don't want the drill popping through and hitting the cement, because that'll suck, and I quite like my drill. So let's see. Got 4 little holes. Now I'm just going to try to work out how to make those 4 holes one really big hole. So I don't know. I was going to cut with a saw, but I can't get it to fit nice. So I'm just going to tinker. So now there's 3 holes. Getting there. So what I've done is I'm drilling in one of the original holes, but then I'm going up and down, kind of just chiseling away towards the edge of the hole until it breaks through that wall and makes it into the other hole. And, it's quite fiddly. But yeah, and I'll just do that to join up all the holes. I'm considering rethinking my method. The drill keeps loosening itself. I don't know if it's just the drill thing or if it's me thing. I feel like it's a user error, but I'm gonna keep tinkering. I've only got one little bit to get through, which is that little piece there. I'm really struggling. It's gone over from me twisting it, trying to get it into all the little grooves, and it's just hard. Okie dokie, I think it's done. So I finally made a hole, a very, very oddly shaped hole, and then I've got the tongue, so I'm going to stick this in there nice. Let's see if it works. Oh, I can't believe it worked. Woo! I'm actually so happy with that. Well, happy enough. You can see I've it's not flush along there, so that means this hasn't set flush in there, and you can see my horrible drilling where I've gone way over the edges. But all in all, I'm actually really happy with that. If the wood wasn't such poor quality, it would probably hold. But I'm actually really happy with that. So now that I succeeded in making my first ever mortar and tongue join, I'm going to practice that a little bit more. I'm going to find what tools I need to make it not so shonky looking, and I'm going to practice it with some harder and not rotten wood, and see how we go. But all in all, it's fallen apart. But I'm actually really happy with that. My goal is I want to make Jessie a new enclosure, so she has more space to roam around, because she's a jungle, she likes to climb, so I want to make it something nice and big. So I also want to be able to pull it apart again, so I don't want to just drill together some frame, because I know when you screw wood together, if you screw it in too tight, and then the weather and whatnot, it can damage the wood over time. So if you need to pull it apart and then put it back together and pull it apart, which living in a rental I do very regularly, so I'm always having to move, so it's something that I need to be able to pull apart and put back together without having to worry about it being damaged. So my goal is to use mortar and tongue joins and then reinforce those with those L-bar, like the right angled metal thing, and just use a nut and bolt to sort of reinforce it so it doesn't sort of move around. And yeah, but first things first, I need to learn how to make mortar and tongue join, which is what I did today. I'm going to do a little bit more research and see what kind of what other tools I can use for that, because that was really hard. I almost gave up for a little bit, but then I was like, nah, screw it, I'll just make a shonky one and then just get the feel for it. So yeah, speaking of, I'm gonna get Jessie out and enjoy the last of the sun, and research some more effective methods of making a mortar and tongue. So yeah, I'll definitely be doing another video of my progress and what I've learnt in this new skill. Well, thanks for watching. I'm just gonna sit in the sun for a little bit with Jessie. She's just shed, so she's looking extra beautiful. Where are you? So I'm actually really happy. She had a dud shed, and she wasn't doing so crash hot, so I'm really happy with how she's looking now. And yeah, so me and her are gonna sit in the sun for a little while, and